Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Thunder Bay Resort, a destination for all seasons with special events and packages. Thunder Bay Resort in Hillman. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Hale Hardware, your do-it-center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving Northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale. Canyons Lakeside Resort and Marina, located on the shores of beautiful Sage Lake. Get away to their newly remodeled, beautiful bed and breakfast, or their historic 13-room hotel. Special events and activities for all ages. Call now or go online for more information on this Michigan treasure. Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mile, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mile. On this edition of Michigan Magazine, we're thinking the Michigan outdoors person is itching to get into the fields and woods of this hunter's paradise. With that in mind, we bring you a couple of popular Michigan products. One that's been around for decades, the Darton bow from Darton Archery. We'll take you on a tour of the plant in Hale, Michigan. And the Huntin Buddy, a fairly new invention by Jeff Proctor of the Big Rapids area. Plus, your chance to win a couple of tickets to the big Renaissance Festival in Holly is coming your way, so stay tuned. All aboard, ride on the Michigan DeSable Valley Railroad, a quarter-scale passenger train through the beautiful scenic landscape of northern Michigan, just south of Fairview. Now open weekends and holidays. Visit them online or call them now. Experience the beauty, artistry, and taste of northern Michigan. Come to Amish Country Natural Products on Mount Tom Road, north of Mile, just off M33. From arts and crafts to fresh foods and vegetables, all natural, all local, all good. Stop by and get acquainted with Amish Country Natural Products, 1454 North Mount Tom Road, Mile. It's a Michigan product through and through, the Darton bow. Darton Archery of Hale, Michigan has been satisfying the cutting-edge needs of today's archer for over 6 decades. And what makes a Darton bow so special?
Darton bows are assembled by guys that hunt every day. We are a hunting bow company, and these guys put a lot of their own special talents involved in it. They, these limbs and risers and everything are built, right with the guys in the back. They're hand sanded, hand to bird. So there's a lot of, personal workmanship, I guess, goes into these bows.
So you're talking about a truly made in the USA product there.
Truly made right here in Hale, Michigan.
Right,
yeah.
Made in Michigan, that's even better.
Right.
Yeah, so you started out way back there in the early part of the last century, we can say now. And it started out with what, longbows? Or?
Yeah, they built a lot of the longbows and recurve bows, and then obviously graduated into the compounds, and now we're up into the high performance. We've kind of always been noted for the high performance end of the bow lines.
When you talk about high performance, what are we talking about?
Everybody wants to know how fast they go. It's how fast, what's the speed. So like in the mid 80s, Rex had built bows that were shooting, speeds of 300 feet or better, which were never heard of. Okay, so we've won all the speed tests, we've done all the stuff, and now it's more of the shootability combined with the speed. So there's no shock, no vibrations. How fast does it run? So we like to think that we're at the top of that game. Yeah, and our bows, we've got bows today that are shooting 350 feet per second. Okay, that would just absolutely just sit right in your hand.
Really?
So there's not that jump, there's not that shock, there's not a lot of vibration to them. And you'll see that we don't put a lot of suppression systems on our bows. We don't use, we use an upper and lower string suppressant here, a limb saver, and that's it. I mean, so we don't have, different types of suppression systems all over the bow. We use very little, and you'll see why. Once you notice how they're made and how precision they're put together, we use less than most people.
And they're pretty light too.
They are. Actually, these bows today is kind of amazing. This is one of our brand new bows coming in for 2013, and The bow itself weighs about 4 pounds. So compared to what they used to weigh, they're very, very lightweight.
And they look like they last almost forever. Is that true?
What we hear a lot of, and back when Rex was building a lot of the bows in the beginning, there was an SL50. And we can tell you that we have more and more people every single day tell us the first bow they ever shot was a Darton SL50. Really? So, and today, even on some of the crossbow seminars and bow seminars that we're doing, we're still finding people that come up to us and say, we still shoot the Darton SL50. That bow's 30 years old. Wow. And so, you know, the bows really hold up. They're built very, very high quality. You know, these new bows that we've got now, this in 2012 and 2013, carry our dual sync cam systems. It's a cam system that we've got out there that is remarkable. The performance on it is bar none the best in the industry. You know, so and we carry a very high-end crossbow line as well. So along with the bows, we got the crossbows, and here in the state of Michigan now with the crossbows, yeah, any age, anybody can shoot them. So it's really opened up a whole new market. The big features of our bows, and it's always been a huge feature of our bows, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a mod right here, and this is a draw length module that is held onto the cam, so you can adjust your draw length by just dropping in a different module. So this bow here goes from 25 to 30 inches of draw, and all you have to do is take this off, put another one on, and you can have your draw modules and your draw lengths changed. So that's a huge feature and a huge selling feature for our bows for the dealers as well as the consumers. So if you ever want to sell your bow, or if you're at a dealer, it's very easy for us to change. You don't have to do the strings and cables and everything. Let's take a little walk through the factory, and we'll kind of show you how they're done. We're going to go back through. We're in the factory here as you just come into the Darton facility. We're going to start all the way to the rear. So we're going to go all the way to the back, okay, which is kind of deceiving when you look at it when you drive in, but there's many buildings that go all the way to the rear. That's where our CNC shop starts, and that's really where all these bows are started from, right back there in the back. We're back in the CNC shop here at Darton, and what we're doing back here is, this is where everything kind of starts. We start our risers back here. We do all of our flat cutting back here, get the stocks going. We got some CNC stuff going over here on the risers that are coming in on the table here. We're actually taking these parts, once they're made and they're done, we actually sit right here and we hand deburr all these parts. So they're actually taking a tool like this and actually going around all the edges to make sure that every part is perfect. So once they're done and they're deburred and they're inspected, then we take them up and we put them in the vibratory. So this is a real crucial part of our system to make sure the quality control and everything is absolutely perfect. These all come in pieces like this, then everything is cut, okay, exactly to fit. So again, when you talk about how fast can you make one bow, you know, we hand cut everything. We hand, you know, the machines are machined out, we hand deburr, and then we vibe and bring the stuff up. So this is our vibratory. Obviously it's a little noisy in here, but all of these parts here are all set up where they go through the vibe. You see them come different medias. Find there's another part that comes up here in a second. What that does, after they're hand deburred, we put them into vibratory so they keep running, and it just makes them real soft. Takes any spots off. Here's another part coming through right here. This is a front stirrup, and you can feel how nice that is. There's no rough edges. It's all been deburred. It's all nice. This is the front riser. This is the end piece of what we just looked at back there, the big flat stock. So this is the front riser to a crossbow. It's already been machined out. It's been deburred. It's been vibed, and now it's been camouflaged and ready for production. This is kind of the same situation. We've got this is a stock for a crossbow after it's all been ready to go. It's been machined, it's been gone through, sanded, and now it's been prepped, camouflaged, and these bows here are ready to be made into crossbows. Every single crossbow here in this department is shot. So once it's assembled and done, we actually take a couple shots with them. And again, every part of this thing is put together by hand, so everybody's got the quality control, everything is right down pat. Fully operational and ready to go to the field. To make these limbs absolutely perfect, we take a lot of time and a lot of pride in making sure those limbs are absolutely the best they can be. And your deflection number is the best it can be, so you get the exact right pounding. So that process is done not only at this stage, but it's done at that stage, at that stage, at that stage. They come up here at this point, the limbs are paddled here and checked once they're done, and then they come over here, and they actually will stand right here. If the limbs have any spot in them at all, or they get mic'd and checked, they'll actually sand that limb exactly where it has to be, just to make sure that, again, the quality is 100%. We're back in the paint room now. This is where we start to do all of our decorating, all of our pre-painting, all of the stuff getting it set up. We have electrostatic paint system, and we can run thousands of parts at one time. This is parts that we're getting put here now that have come back. We're going to start getting them prepped for the first stage. Once they get coated the first time and they go through, then we're going to turn around and take them over to get them decorated over in the camouflage area, and then they come back to here again to be coated one more time. So they got a finish coat on them, a protective coat. But you can see where it's come from. From the big square black piece to sand it down to this kind of quality, and that that limb is it's absolutely perfect. You're in the final assembly area here now. Where we're doing is, and this is actually the bow that I showed you into the conference room, and Ron's going to assemble one here for us quick, and through the pre-staging of where we've gone to where we're at now, this kind of sets everything all up. Just make sure the limbs are all in the right position, gets all the spacers in. That's the cam assembly we talked about just a minute ago. He's putting on the cam now. And again, I can't stress that every one of these bows are assembled here and worked on by many people, okay, and checked and rechecked, and the quality control. If you look at this limb pocket here that this bow's been assembled on, this is the pre-assembled bow that we talked about just a minute ago. It's got the pivots in it, it's got the limb bolt on it now, it's got the grips on it now, it's got the cable rod in it, suppression systems are mounted and ready to go. Then it comes up here to the final assembly, and that's what he's doing now, is assembling the limbs to fit into this bow, and then he'll string it. He'll put it on a stump and test it, and we'll do a final inspection on it, and it's good for the field. So this is the final copy. This is how it is. You've seen where the riser started from. Everything had been gone through in the machine shop. From the machine shop out to the limbs, into the paint shop, being decorated, back, the final assembly out here. So I'm happy hunter. Yeah, Darton bows made by hunters for hunters. So you'll see they take a lot of pride in what we do here, and obviously you can look at the workmanship on this bow. It is absolutely perfect.
Thanks a lot, Ted, for being part of Michigan Magazine.
Thanks for coming up, guys.
Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare. What began as a crazy idea among 9 police officers to purchase the historic Clare City Bakery quickly became an international phenomenon, carrying on a Michigan tradition with delicious donuts, pies, pastries, breads, original coffee, and more. Plus a full menu at the new adjacent traffic stop diner. Downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Discount Foods Downtown Mile. Find national name brand foods and merchandise at sharply discounted prices. Shop the smart way and please the family without breaking the budget. Discount Foods Downtown Mile. Rose City Drug, just south of the Rose City city limits at 2640 North M33, featuring a state-of-the-art, completely automated and extremely accurate computer-filled prescription process.
Here at Rose City Drug, we're a family-owned and operated for over 20 years. We offer fast and friendly service, and we always take the extra step to make sure your needs are fulfilled.
Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road in Rose City. See what thousands are raving about, creating a delicious variety of award-winning Michigan wines. Stop by and taste for yourself. The taste of Michigan is yours at Rose Valley Winery. With cool weather invading Michigan, our state's deer hunters are biting at the bit to hit the forests and meadows. But as we all know, the elusive whitetail can be one smart cookie. Or so we think if we have to be tracking the critter in the woods. Once we're in their environment, we discover they can be mighty aware of all out-of-place landmarks, like a hunter disguising himself as part of the landscape. That's why this man, Jeff Proctor of the Big Rapids area, depends on his buddy to help him out. His buddy has an uncanny ability to make wildlife at ease with his presence. His buddy truly becomes one with his environment. That's because he's really not human at all, but a fair facsimile. Material shaped like a human that's stuffed with leaves, hay, or other material and left in the woods prior to the appearance of a real hunter. Recently, Jeff Proctor introduced us to his hunting buddy.
He gets the game you hunt, bear, deer, turkeys, acclimated to the sight of a human sitting in a spot in the woods.
Okay.
Okay. Now, once they've gotten used to it, and it only takes a week,
Really?
They pretty much start ignoring it.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is come out there and you're going to sit in his spot, either on him or, you know, as a cushion. It makes a great cushion. He's full of leaves. Just stuff him with leaves, and just sit there and wait. When the game comes through, they'll look at you, but they're not going to be as spooked about seeing you there. So they'll just walk right on past you and not even really care.
What was the flash in your mind that came up with this idea?
Well, actually, I didn't think about it. I had a guy at work tell me about it years ago. We were talking about getting busted in a tree stand. So he recommended that I put hang a shirt up in that tree stand so the deer get used to seeing that shirt up there. Well, I figured I'm bigger than a shirt, so I used a full body coverall. And I stuffed it with leaves, and I put that up in the stand, and 3 weeks later I come back to that spot and took his place, lowered him down to the ground, let him lay in the weeds, and that deer came through, looked up at me, and then just walked right underneath me and didn't even care that I was there.
Really?
So that's when the light come on, you know. So I've toyed with it off and on for many years, and 4 years ago I decided to start marketing it after I was successful at taking my biggest buck ever.
Really? Okay.
He was literally laying 30 yards away from Huntin Buddy when I went out to sit. And he got up and started taking off, and he didn't get too far. So, but he was very calm around the buddy. The buddy did not scare him at all. You know. So since then, we now have hunting buddies in almost every state in the United States. We have them in Canada, and now we're shipping them to Germany. We've added a carry strap for him, so you can just stuff him at home in the convenience of the big maple tree in your yard. Sling him right over your back, and walk off out in the woods with him with your hands free. You can carry anything you want to carry after that.
Sling him over your back. Let's see how.
Yeah, sure, we can do that. Now he's got the sling.
Okay.
Okay. Just tighten it up, and off you go.
Wow. And you're all set.
And you're all set. There he is. We got tie tabs that will help you tie him in position.
Okay.
Now I've actually set him up in a full draw position with a hand tied to his head and had a stick hanging from a branch so that when the wind blew, it would move that arm.
Okay.
Okay. And them deer, the very next day, didn't even care about it. But I had changed its position and set him up to look as if he's an archer getting ready to shoot.
Oh, wow.
And they didn't care.
That's something.
You know, I've got a number of guys that are trying them on bears, turkeys. I just sold some to some guys in Louisiana. They're going to use them on ducks and their duck blinds.
Okay.
You know, because them ducks, they see your body, they fly right off.
Right, right.
You know, so this guy's setting them up in his duck blind to get the ducks used to seeing that human sitting there in that spot.
So if anybody wants more information, you've got a website, right?
Got a website, www.procshuntinbuddy.com.
All right. So thanks, Jeff.
And you can find us on Facebook also.
Oh, yeah.
Don't want to forget about Facebook.
Facebook, you betcha. And you'll never, you increase your odds probably by about 75 to 100%. Just by acclimating your deer or your game to the presence of a human, right?
Yes, because just like your blind is empty 90% of the year.
Sure.
Now this week or next week that you're there hunting it, you don't think they notice that spot's all of a sudden taken by somebody else?
Yeah.
They'll notice.
Yeah.
You know, so get your hunting buddies.
There you go. Thanks, Jeff.
You bet.
Vacation. Don't make the planning of it more than what you're trying to get away from. At northernmichigancabinrentals.com, you can choose from over 2,500 cabins, cottages, lodges, resorts, lakefront vacation home rentals, and more. Whatever experience you're looking for, from rustic to luxury and everything in between. No more rustling with telephone books. No more endless internet searches. Just one site with over 2,500 Northern Michigan destinations. northernmichigancabinrentals.com.
Well, thanks so much for joining us on this edition of Michigan Magazine. We hope you enjoyed your stay. And for those winners of our Michigan Magazine sweepstakes and ticket giveaways, we hope it's made your summer a little more exciting as you travel those back roads. It was great meeting some of you viewers who won those tickets to the Thunder Over Michigan Air Show at the Willow Run Airport. It was a great show, and the hospitality was second to none. We'll be featuring highlights of this annual event hosted by the Yankee Air Museum later on, so stay tuned. We've got more tickets to give away right now, this time to the big Holly Renaissance Festival through September. For more information on that event, you can go to their website at mishrenfest.com. For your chance to win a pair of tickets to the 2013 festival, email us your name and address to iwatchmichiganmagazine@gmail.com. We're giving away tickets every week. Put in the subject line, "I want those tickets," and you're entered. Please be sure to give us your address so we can scoot those tickets to you as soon as possible. Well, that's all the time we've got for this edition of Michigan Magazine. We appreciate your company. Be sure to check us out online at all those major social media outlets. Have a great week, and we'll see you here next week for another edition of Michigan Magazine. We'd like to thank all those that help keep Michigan Magazine on the road. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Thunder Bay Resort, a destination for all seasons with special events and packages. Thunder Bay Resort in Hillman. Remembering good times and great food, Frank and Lisa invite you to Tin Lizzie's in Mile for a blast back to the 50s and 60s when food was made from scratch, including home-ground Angus burgers. A full menu of great food and good memories await you at the new Tin Lizzie's of Mile. Hinchman Acres Canoe Livery and Resort on M33 just north of Mayo, catering to the outdoor enthusiasts. Cabins, canoes, kayaks, rafts, and more. Daytime or overnight trips along the world-famous Asabo River. A family getaway for over 75 years. The Michigan-made rebounding mailbox pole. Never again worry about the winter snowplow taking out your mailbox with this ingenious rebounding pole. Your mailbox takes a hit and keeps coming back year after year. Call now or visit their website, toughmailboxes.com.